الآن حمل لعبة قلعة سلايم على هاتفك واكتب في التعليقات تم لتدخل السحب على ألعاب سلايم. رابط اللعبة في وصف الفيديو.
It is a lot like slime. Hey you guys, what's up? It's Andrea and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy that you're here. So today what we are going to be doing is just walking you through me testing out PVA powder. Does it work? Is it good? Is it like slime? Because I know a lot of slimes that are like no glue or their substitutes for glue aren't as good as the real thing. I really want to find one for you guys that is actually just like glue, and we're gonna test this out and see if it actually is. If you're excited about it, you should definitely give this video a thumbs up. That lets me know that you're excited about it. Let's try to get to 10,000 likes in the first day. If you want to be really awesome, you could also turn on post notifications. While we're talking about notifications, you guys know that I can't do an intro without shouting out some of the newest members of the notification squad. Thank you guys so much for being here and just for being really cool. I appreciate it a lot. So basically, if you search for PVA powder, the first thing that comes up is something that says it is polyvinyl alcohol, PVA, which is the stuff that is in the glue that turns it into slime. So it's not glue, but it is a polymer adhesive that's added to glue to make the glue glue. Science, it's a great thing. One thing I will warn you about is there are two different kinds that they do sell. There's first of all polyvinyl acetate, which apparently does not work for this. We're looking for polyvinyl alcohol, not acetate. So definitely don't get the acetate. A lot of people said that it doesn't work. Now that I read that off of my computer because I can't be trusted to science on my own, let's get on with the actual testing of the polyvinyl alcohol powder. That's such a long name. Oh my goodness. I wanted to give you guys my first impressions and just show you the DIY straight from me ordering it to me opening up the package. I kind of already played with it at like midnight 2 days ago when I first got it. I'm sorry about that, but I'm gonna recreate exactly the process that I went through when I was trying to figure out how to best use this and what things that I can do with it. So this is a recreation of that. So when I first got this, I just assumed that you could do exactly what Cute Life Hacks did. She used baking soda along with contact solution. I didn't do that just because I'm not the biggest fan of contact solution. It never really works out for me, so I did use a borax mixture instead. But all I did is took about a tablespoon, half a tablespoon of the powder, poured it in a container, and then I poured the borax on top of that and then just mixed it up really quickly. Just make sure you're stirring this when you add stuff to it. It did come out like slime, like it was bonding together and it was pretty solid. The only thing that I didn't really like was, first of all, it turned to putty instantly and I wasn't using a heavy borax solution. Second of all, it was very like granulated. The crystals, I thought they would dissolve. They totally didn't. It's very much like a slushy. I'm not the biggest fan of the texture, but if that's what you're going for, it definitely works straight out of the container for that. I was really frustrated that it didn't dissolve, so I decided to throw that one in some warm water to soften up and then move on and try something different. So my next idea was to put the polyvinyl alcohol powder into a blender and to try and blend the little granules so that they're smaller. It's more of a crystal kind of shape, so it is pretty big. So I thought maybe if I could blend it up, then maybe it would dissolve a little bit quicker. I will say it definitely dissolved more of the crystals, however the blending didn't completely get rid of the crystal shape, so there were still some big chunks in there when I blended it up with the borax. This one was also really like rock hard. It was definitely still like a putty, but I still had some hope for them because they did feel like slime. They were just really thick, so I did take those and plop those in some warm water just to set aside and let soak. The next thing that I tried was actually dissolving the powder in some water. I will say the one downside to this is that it literally took me about 6 hours to completely dissolve all of the crystals. I set an alarm and I stirred them about every half an hour because if you don't stir them, they stick to the bottom of the container and it makes like a flat gelatiny kind of thing. About an hour or two in, the water started to feel kind of sticky. Eventually it turns into what feels almost exactly like glue. So I thought that was pretty cool. Another thing that I really wanted to point out is that you can totally borax this after the water has started to feel like glue. Anytime in the process you can borax it and you can turn it into slime. I definitely recommend waiting until all of the crystals are dissolved though, because if you don't, then you run into the same problem you did when you're just boraxing the powder, is that it's very crystally and it's a little bit too sticky because those crystals are still dissolving and putting out that sticky stuff while it's in the slime. So here's a container of the completely dissolved powder turned into a slime. I didn't get a chance to film this close up, but this is what it looks like. It's still a little bit bubbly, but there are no granules in it. It is a lot like slime. Waiting for it to dissolve, it's the good idea. It's a good idea. It actually makes something that is very, very similar to slime, to the point where I posted a video of it on Instagram. You guys can go check out my slime Instagram. It should be linked down below if you want to do that. But I posted a video and it looks completely identical to clear slime, which I thought was really, really cool. So I wanted to see what I could do with this slime. So I decided to try out some different recipes using this rather than clear slime, just to see what they looked like. So that's what we're gonna do now. The first one I tried out is actually making a butter slime. For this one, I decided to use the one that I didn't completely dissolve, the one that still has the crystals in it, just because it looked a lot more like white glue, and normally I like to use white glue with my butter slime. So that was my reasoning behind that one. I will say it is very similar to butter slime, but it's not exact. It still has that weird like taffy pulling texture. It might be completely different if you use it with the one that you dissolve the granules, but for this one, the texture just feels a little bit off. So it's not a huge deal, but it is very like taffy-ish. So for butter slime, it also does that because it's very sticky. Just letting you know that that is the thing that goes on. And of course, you guys know that I had to do a glitter slime. I didn't wait until the bubbles were completely gone to make this, so it is a little bit bubbly. I'm sorry, but overall it's looking good. So we decided to use the clear slime for this one, and I just added a little bit of green glitter to it, and then I mixed it in, and this is what we've got. I will say one thing that I really love about using the powder, it is a little bit stickier than a normal slime would be. So it's not sticky to the point where it's gonna stick to you, but you can feel that it sticks more than normal. Do you know what I mean? I think that this would be amazing for a fishbowl slime, maybe like a clear glue foam, anything that you need the slime to stick to. I would definitely recommend it for this because it seems like it would work really well. I don't know, if you try it, let me know because I really want to know. And then finally, I decided that I would make a fluffy slime with it because first of all, why not? Second of all, just because I didn't have a lot of supplies at the time, okay? I'm sorry, I was just on vacation. It looks really pretty. It definitely still looks like pulled taffy when it's mixed. The only thing that I have an issue with this one is it became really, really stiff. It definitely did not keep it stretched. It's very stiff. It's not the most fun to play with. Something that I think is really weird about this is, okay, I've had this for 3 days. I made it yesterday and the shaving cream is separating out of it. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, and I've also been playing with the top of it, but if you look really closely, this is the bottom, and the bottom is completely clear, and then the cloudy part is like floating up. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know why it has decided to reject its shaving cream, but that is the thing that is happening. But overall, I will say polyvinyl alcohol powder, it worked really well. I'm really impressed with it. The only downsides that I found so far is the fact that you have to dissolve it to make it turn into what you want and not have it have the weird granules or the weird texture. So that's definitely a downside. Overall, would I make this again? Yes, 100%. Would I stop using glue and switch to this completely? Probably not, no. But I hope you liked the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. We're aiming for 10,000 in the first day because that's amazing, and you guys would be amazing if you did that. And it would also let me know that you like videos like this. If you want to check out some other videos, you know, you want to keep procrastinating on YouTube, because I do that too, no shame. There's a bunch of other videos linked down below, or you should see them popping up somewhere around here. Those are videos from my other channels, or maybe some videos that I'm really proud of that you guys might like. So definitely go click on those. If you're in more of a social media mood, you can totally go check out my social media. It should have popped up through this video, or it will be linked down there. I'm literally always on there. I'm not joking. You think I'm joking. I'm not. Other than that, I love you guys a lot. I will see you next week. If you stayed this long in the video, comment an orange emoji because that's kind of my favorite color right now. Okay, bye.
Girl, put your love on me, 'cause I won't let you down. I won't let you down. I will be singing. Girl, put your love on me.